I want you to hear this. The unfortunate thing is that this particular vice president is standing up a little bit too late. He stood up at the end of the presidency, but to be honest, before Trump even got a chance to get another re-election, he should have been preaching this and screeching this from the mountaintops.
I want people to know that I had no right to overturn the election, and that what the president maintained that day, and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false. And it's contrary to what our Constitution and the laws of this country provide. Our founders had just won a war against a king. And the last thing they would have done was vest unilateral authority in any one person to decide who would be the next president. I dismissed it out of hand, but sadly, the president was surrounded by a group of crackpot lawyers that kept telling him what his itching ears wanted to hear. And while I made my case to him of what I understood my oath of the Constitution to require, the president ultimately, continued to demand that I choose him over the Constitution.
So the reason why I played that is how many people who took an oath to the Constitution in government, that are still in government, that still have a chance to save our country, are going to obey the Constitution over Trump. Let me play something, or let me read you something. So for all those Bible people who want to know what's really going on, I'm going to show you. Revelation, it talks about the harlot. Just like in when it talks about the 12 tribes of Israel, and it talks about that particular woman of the 12 tribes of Israel, that woman is not a physical woman. The same thing with this harlot. This harlot is not a physical, well, it is a physical person. However, it's not an actual woman that is described. And when I read it, and you see how Trump is moving and what he's doing, because Putin is really, if you want to get technical, is a king of the earth, and all these different dictators are kings of the earth. They don't have a democracy. They don't speak for the people. They don't collectively ask what the people would like, what the people want. None of that. Okay? So here we go. It says one of the seven, and this is in Revelation chapter 17. One of the 7 angels who held the 7 bowls came and talked with me, saying to me, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great prostitute who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her sexual immorality." Well, in different Bible verses, it talks about fornication and whatever, okay? It says, "Then he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, which was full of blasphemous names, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet." Purple is trying to be royalty. Scarlet is red. "And adorned with the gold, precious stones, and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filth of her sexual immorality. On her forehead a name was written, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes, and the abomination of the earth." It says, "I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus." So all of those Christians that follow Trump, you are part of the beast. You are what the Bible talks about this harlot being wrapped in scarlet. What is the MAGA color? Red. Scarlet is red. So if you want to really, really pay attention to the 7 horns, the 7 heads and the 10 horns, with this woman arrayed in purple and scarlet. Trump wants to be a king of the United States. Never happened before. So, while you're sitting here thinking there's going to be a physical woman that is this harlot, it is Trump. It's Trump. Because unto the divine creator God, all different governments are likened to be a woman to that divine. It depends on if you're a righteous woman or an unrighteous woman. This particular woman is unrighteous, blasphemous, and killed the saints of Jesus. So while you're sitting here talking about you love Jesus, you better go read this scripture.